You see what you did there?
No, I don't see what you talking about. I don't understand. But good afternoon.
Hey.
Refresh your browsers because today is Thursday,
Yeah.
January 5th, 2012.
2012.
And you're listening to Room 3026 Live.
Live. Except for it's a 3-man team, so it's like 2.3 man award or something like that.
Man, all I know is this is Mike Render and
He does it. Yeah.
And we are broadcasting live right here in Durham, North Carolina.
What time is it, my friend?
It is lunch hour in the Onyx Tower. And
Right,
I'm
right.
with the world's funkiest man.
You know, as our listeners might as well get you funky, my friends.
Derek Brinson himself. We are currently waiting on Phyllis leader Damond Nollan to come in.
Fearless
He
leader.
will be here shortly.
He might even bring Moose and Squirtle with him.
He might.
Hey,
but,
Rocky.
but as always, we encourage listener participation. You can join the conversation by calling us via the telephone at 646-929-2689. Again, that's 646-929-2689. Or you can join us in the chat room by going to blogtalkradio.com/Damond Nollan and chat it up with us. Because we do it over there too. Special thanks to
Totally
Darren
approachable.
Tyler for providing the theme song Without You,
Boy Wonder.
which always reminds us
Funky,
that
funky,
without you,
funky.
we would not be where we are today. So, thank you,
Yeah.
world's funkiest and fearless leader.
Sure.
That was pretty quick.
Well, that's pretty much how it usually goes.
Yeah, man.
You know, then the theme song's gonna fade out.
Yeah, I can do it myself.
No, you don't have to do that. Yeah.
Oh, wrong button.
See,
Yeah. Okay.
cool, man. How's your day?
It's kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
I know.
But it's lunch hour though, so it's showtime.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Look at you.
What?
You got Damon's board. You in Damon's chair. You got all the stuff plugged in. We doing the hi-fi version.
Man, this is so uncomfortable, everybody. This is so uncomfortable.
Look at my young friend Mike growed
I
up
like
up
sitting
to
on
the
the other
captain's chair.
I
Look
like
at
sitting on the
him.
other side of the table, looking at Derek and Damon. Right now, I'm looking at the monitors, trying to keep this show afloat.
Don't be looking at me.
In order to say what's up to Alan Tran in the chat room. What's going on, man? Miss Eileen Smith, she's in there too.
Who we love.
Yeah.
We do.
What's going on, y'all?
So
yeah.
we have a special programming note. Yes.
Do we?
Don't make me come over there.
Nah, what is it?
What? Did you hide my newspaper?
Nah, I didn't know. I'm serious.
Marcus
that?
Anderson's going to be here today.
Oh, yeah. Special guest Marcus Anderson will be on the show today.
Yeah.
He's
Live and in
he's actually
studio.
making his way
actually.
over
Yeah.
here. I'm waiting on the call, so if I had to step out, Derek got you.
Yeah. I just come get you from they'll ring you through.
Yeah. What's going on, little son? 81.
Sean, I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. How you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, man? So, how's your day going, Derek?
It's okay. I stayed up too late playing around with some new toys and stuff, but that's because I knew I would get to proverbially call it in today on the program. And, well, the workload is a little heavier than I expected, so I actually have to be cognizant and do some coding and stuff. I guess I'll just leave that where it is before you crank up the violins on it, brother.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on, man. This first week of 2012, or first work week of 2012 is...
It's so hit and miss.
Yeah,
it's so hit and miss, man. You remember like last year,
It
we
wasn't nothing
had
like this.
there was a hole that we didn't even dig ourselves out of until the whole semester was over.
Yeah.
And this is reasonably quiet.
The heat
I mean,
is
you
on.
know.
The heat is on. Even though it was like 30 degrees, the heat is on.
Well, by comparison, it's not as bad as it was last year in terms of the help desk work tickets, and workload, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. By the way, I just want to give a shout out to Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. 101 years of
Oh
achievement.
yeah, that's right. It's
existence.
Kappa Founders Day. Is that today?
Yeah, that's actually today. Thank
Cool.
you, little son, for
Congratulations.
reminding me that in the chat room. Yo and Fanu.
Right.
So yeah, looks like we are. Let me see. Look at my watch.
So we're good.
We 5 minutes in.
Depending on who's watch you're looking at.
Yeah. So it's about that time for
Booth.
for the booth
of
The
the dailies.
Daily Booth.
Yeah. Yeah, see? You with the mess around the line.
Daily Booth
What it look like?
is where we go
What you wearing?
to see how you do's it.
Take
what
pictures.
you're wearing. You can take pictures there. You can upload a picture. You can take a picture with your cell phone. All you have to do is create an account at dailybooth.com. Look for us. Share your picture. Let you know you're listening to the show. And we'll follow you and share pictures with you as well. I'm going to go there. And by the way, I think our guest is here, Derek. If you can go get him at the lobby.
I was just getting ready to take pictures.
Oh, my bad.
I'll live.
I'm going to dailybooth.com right now, but since I am on
I was going to take
Damon's
pictures
computer.
and look at people's pictures, but no. Well, look who's here. Right on time.
Oh, man. I was just
go
about
get,
to...
Marcus is here.
I can go get him. Hold on.
Okay.
No, Mike, you keep going.
Oh,
Look at him in the captain's chair.
whatever.
He's all grown up. I'm so proud.
Y'all need to stop.
That-
He should be in the lobby. He said he's here.
Cool.
So, yeah, I see Miss Eileen's picture. She just posted it in the chat room. Nice little group shot.
Okay then.
Anybody else? Derek.
Well, see, I gotta get. I'm putting my. I'm getting back settled in. Okay. I'm coming. Let me see if my other joint works.
Miss Eileen, where are? Hold on, let me read. The pic is a visit. This pic is a visit did with students at local college and is featured in my interview on paper.li. Why does that sound familiar? Paper.li.
It's a web shortening domain that does things. Click on Z.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. It's Damon's computer. That ain't even your computer, man. Don't worry about it.
Very nice. Okay, Ego Ant got one. What up, Ego Ant? All right.
Okay, so back to an old saga.
Is that your Derek? He has the same phone you got.
That's he says he's got the Nexus.
Nah. Very cool.
The
very
Nexus
cool.
One?
I think that's what it looks like. Looks just like yours.
Yeah, I believe he. I believe he go ahead and said in the chat room in the past he's got the Nexus One, and we're both very, very happy.
Ego Ant is working hard on this Transit mobile app. Damon's here. I'm about to get out of his chair and let him do his thing. Hold up.
Fearless leader back in the house with Moose and Squirtle.
All right.
You're not Moose nor Squirtle.
Hello. Hello. All right. We have, so where are we at now? I'm just walking in the door. Pausable moment. Thank you, Mike Render.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, we had to change our mics and headsets around.
Shifting up.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm running in. Good to see everybody. So where are we at? What part of the agenda are we on now?
We just wrapped up Daily Booth.
Daily Booth.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if it's still going. You gotta check the chat room, but we looked at Miss Eileen and the Ego Ant.
Oh, good.
Posted
Tim Arthur is in the house.
Images.
What's going on, King Tim? Tim Bada Bim? How goes it?
Yo, man, running the show is hard from your chair. It's easier to do from the phone.
See, that's the thing. He makes it look easy because he's that good.
Well, I appreciate it.
It's hard to catch the intro. I just thought you was clicking slow, but it is kind of difficult.
Now you see.
It's very hard, man. It's very hard.
Now you see exactly what's going on. All right, so we finished Daily Booth, so that's opportunity to show what you're working with. Show them what you're working with.
Yep.
And so next, I guess we need to move on. Let us do a quick announcement so I can get my my stuff together. Let me do this promo from our other show. I can't even say weekend show anymore. It's our other show. This is Tech Monks. Here you go.
Join us this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, as we record the latest episode of the Tech Monks podcast, discussing topics such as technology, entertainment, and the startup culture. For details on joining us live, visit techmonkspodcast.com/live.
All right. Thank you, King Tim. Appreciate it much, sir.
Thank you, Slim.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess at this point, since we don't have any new blogs to go over,
No postesses?
no postesses today.
Sons of postesses.
Yeah.
I got a couple of things. I got a couple of things I'm working on. So
Next week or tomorrow.
yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Man, me too,
work
man.
that
I got to
out
get
tomorrow.
my progress on my week 1 of the workout.
Yes, you'll have to. Yeah, Mike has a new workout that he said you can do in what, 5 minutes?
4
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
A 4-minute workout.
4-minute workout.
And
upper body.
What's it gonna do? You're gonna lose weight, gain muscle, both? What is it gonna do?
It's probably gonna bulk me up, or at least cut me up a little bit. I probably won't lose or gain, but it's rough, man. My arms are sore. Like, what do you call a little muscle up under your arm? Like your blades or your wings or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Your wings?
Yeah, they're sore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So you can fly like Batman.
I believe I am
You
fly.
know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right, cool.
I believe I am fly.
Tim Arthur posts a picture. Let's see what he's working with today.
I am fly.
Ain't nobody lying.
Tim Arthur. Wait a minute. What's this? Tim Arthur is in the car today. What's up, Tim Arthur?
That's what we're calling it today.
Well, he must be between offices today.
Yeah.
Because we usually see him in a dark room. But anywho, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let us do Feed Watch real quick because look. Let me just say this: we have a special guest. Did you guys talk about the special guest?
We
at
did.
all?
We did.
We tried to be discreet with it though.
Okay. Well, let me just say this:
But Derek said his name.
we've been talking about it all week long. Okay, we have a special guest in the room. Not only do we
Live in studio.
exactly.
guest.
See, there's something totally different. There's a new thing that happens when you're in the room with us.
There
That's
is a certain dynamic that makes the difference between, say, live music and watching a concert DVD. It's a big difference. It's
It
the
is a big
difference
difference.
between shooting a bullet and throwing it.
And I will say that since we're talking about production and we're talking about performance, our guest today performs. Let me just say his performance in person is not one that you want to miss.
Let me dovetail on that by. Well, let me start with one of my favorite musician jokes. How many guitar players does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Dun, dun, dun.
20. 1 to actually do the twisting with the wrist, and 19 to stand around folding their arms claiming how they could have done it better. And now that joke is important because I also am a music producer, singer, songwriter, kind of out and about performance type guy. So
Yeah, Derek Brinson.
you got a tough audience, man. That stuff you got on the web, Marcus, is bad. It's really, 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 really good. Especially knowing that you did it in very much the same way that I kind of put my stuff together, man. Dude. And I'm not just being nice because I don't have to. I'm just saying that's impressive.
So anyway, I won't go too far. We're going to get to him in a
Yeah,
second.
and we got a couple.
I'm just
snippets.
excited.
We got a couple of snippets.
I'm just excited that he's here with us today. So don't go anywhere. Get your friends in here. We're going to talk to Marcus Anderson in just a moment. But before we do, we're going to do our Feed Watch.
Feed Watch.
You know what that is, don't you?
Feed Watch. Oh, we've got stories?
Yes, we do.
Dude, show prep. What the heck? Feed Watch.
Feed Watch.
Feed Watch is where we constantly comb the blogs so that you don't have to.
Why?
We give you the news that you can use because
Luckily
that's
for
what we
us.
do.
I was lucky for you.
So you best not snooze. You will not lose. Unless, of course, you be singing the blues.
What?
Boo-hoo, hoo-hoo, even.
Right.
Facebook turns your timeline into Moo business cards. First 200,000 are free, coming from TechCrunch, in a move which is likely to catapult UK startup Moo into a new international stage. The company has become the only one to deeply integrate its social business cards with the Facebook platform today. Taking pictures from users' Facebook timeline information and photography, users will now be able to create 50 personalized business cards for $15. But in a promotion from today, Moo is giving away cards to the first 200,000 users.
You know why they're doing that? Because they know that you ain't trying to pay.
Ain't trying to pay. And you know me, I'm out there trying to get those free 50 cards today. The cards can feature a different photo image on the front of the cards together with a favorite quote or saying on the reverse. This will doubly act as a promo for Facebook's timeline, as people will be able to take snapshots of their lives from their timelines and then put them into, well, business cards. Moo cards is what they call them. Let me say hi to a Riffle Waiter who's in the house.
Dude,
What's going on,
been a
man?
minute.
What's going on, Mike? Welcome to the show. Also, let me say hi to everybody because I haven't said hi to anybody. Aaron K. White is in the house. What's going on, Aaron K?
What up, man?
Alan Tran, Ego Ant, guest 2755, Eileen Smith, Miss Eileen Smith,
Who we love.
Little Son 81. What's going on, Vincent? Happy birthday! First of all, to all my brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi, happy birthday!
You know, we could just rewind the playback.
I'm sorry, I apologize, but I just had to say that because I felt bad because I never said that. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us.
See, you old don't you ain't old enough to know what tape rewind sounds like, man.
I Done This tracks your New Year's resolutions, matches you with others who have the same goals. From Lifehacker by Alan Henry, most New Year's resolutions are doomed to failure, either because they're vague and difficult to accomplish, aren't real goals, or just lacking a plan to get from here to there.
Well, how about there's the willpower thing too?
Yeah, that is a problem. I Done This is a new web app, which really isn't brand spanking new because I've actually been using it for quite some time. It's a new web app, though. It takes your goals and habits you want to build, reminds you to work towards them daily or weekly, you can choose, and puts you on a virtual team of people with similar goals. So you guys can work together, support each other, and know that you're not alone. We've discussed several times that the best way to work towards a goal is to make them public. Subject yourself to peer pressure, or harness the support of your social network to help you get there. Now, I Done This does that very well. Every day, along with your reminder, you'll get a team report of how everyone is doing.
Excellent.
If you're interested in trying out this brand spanking new service, you can go to idonethis.com/habits.
But wouldn't that like hold me accountable for actually getting some of those things done?
Yeah.
Well, who wants that?
That's the point. The next Xbox might be a DVR.
I saw that.
That's what we all want.
Coming from Business Insider, SAI, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Organization recently gave Microsoft a patent on a device that would function as both a home gaming system and a digital recorder.
This intrigues us.
Video recorder, that is.
No, it doesn't.
The immediate but speculative, that is, of the Xbox that also works as a TiVo. Rumors of such a device goes back many years, and just because it's recently patented doesn't mean we'll see it anytime soon.
There's been the open source software that kind of sort of does that for Windows, well, without the proprietary gaming platform. It's been out there for a minute. I've been able to use it to record programs and stuff. See.
Kotaku, the gaming blog, gaming site, is also more optimistic, though, given Microsoft's continued drive to make Xbox a dominating force in the living room. I think we're going to see some of these features whenever Microsoft reveals its next generation hardware.
Very soon.
Apple threatens legal action over Steve Jobs' action figure. Also coming from...
See, man, them cats will just sue at the drop of a hat for anything.
Yep.
Well, of course. Coming from SAI, In Icons, that is the name of the company, actually, In Icons. The company intending to manufacture the Steve Jobs action figure is facing a legal threat from Apple, reports The Telegraph. Apple claims that it owns Steve Jobs' likeness, but In Icons is undeterred and plans to sell the figure regardless.
What?
Tandy Chung, head of the In Icons, told ABC News that Steve Jobs is not an actor. He's just a celebrity. There is no copyright protection for a normal person.
For a public figure, that is an intriguing legal argument as far as intellectual property goes. I should be able to make a, say, political cartoon with any political figure and be protected from prosecution. Intellectual property is kind of a ever-evolving field now. So,
Man, come on.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying why That's the most litigious fruit ever in the world history. They just sue everybody.
But how does Apple own Steve Jobs' likeness?
Well, you can't just put my name, put the picture of me out there and just say anything about me you want to, because I'm not a public figure. But a public figure like Madonna or Britney Spears or 50 Cent or somebody, man, you get to play around a little bit
So if
with
I
their
make a Derek
likenesses.
Branson action figure, you can sue me.
In theory,
You can't use my likeness.
without my permission.
Well, I will say this. It bears in mentioning, this is continuing the article, it says it bears in mentioning that Apple has successfully blocked the sale of similar products in the past. Mick Gadget was forced to stop selling its Steve Jobs action figure in 2010.
Somebody already did this?
Yes.
What in the heck?
So
Boom, boom, boom,
it's
boom.
probably not going to work.
I don't know. Sometimes these things come down to whose lawyer. My lawyer's bigger than yours, you know?
Tis true. Aaron K. White says, Derek, you're on a daily podcast. Dude, you're a public figure.
Dude!
A Damon Nollan bobblehead. Really? That'd be awesome. I'd buy one.
No, why would you?
As long as I wasn't doing anything like silly, you
Pause.
know.
Silly
or
things. That's exactly
backwards.
why I would buy one, too.
Pause.
And lastly, Barnes & Noble's consider spinning off a Nook business amidst record sales. Coming from Mashable, Barnes & Noble's Nook family of tablets experienced record sales during the 9-week holiday period at the end of 2011. The company announced color tablets, Nook Color, and Nook tablets sold especially well, while the black and white Nook Simple Touch underperformed, Barnes & Noble says. The company expects the digital content sales to be for 2012 to be around $450 million, with the annualized forecast between $700 million and $750 million. Overall, the device and content sales were so good that the company is considering spinning off the Nook business altogether. We see, this is an air quote, we see substantial value in what we've built with our Nook business in only 2 years, and we believe it's the right time to investigate our options to unlock that value.
Yeah,
Hold up.
Wait.
So the color one did well,
Yes,
and the black and white one didn't.
right.
Oh, I'm just making sure.
That's a surprise. But in point of fact, because you're actually reading it from a screen, that's not really an air quote per se.
Okay.
It's an actual real live quote.
I'm just because I'm using my fingers when I did that. I was like,
His
air
hands
quote.
are air quoting.
Yeah, I was
He's
air quoting
not-
like this.
The quote. the
I
I
quote
was actually
itself
throwing a
wasn't-
quote.
Yeah.
didn't
So I
s-
apologize. Yeah, I was like
I missed
this.
that. Maybe it's because I was looking at the quotes on my screen.
Yeah, I was like, quote. So for you, I'll do that.
So the business
Quote.
idea that they're gonna do is like stop making the black and white ones.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
In the same way they stopped making black and white televisions.
But here's the other thing, and I didn't talk about this, but this is the other part of the story. Barnes & Noble also has a, I guess it's like a publishing company. Did you guys know about this?
No.
They're selling that off. At least that's the discussion. They're going to sell off their publishing company. They only bought this company, I think, in 2009, 2010. And many people, and it's not that big of a business if you look at the overall what does it do, because the publishing company really just does like Sudoku
right,
games
right.
and that kind of stuff. So it's not, but it is a part of the business
My
that they
wife
own.
is a Sudoku freak. It's really freakish. It's disturbing to watch. She's really, really good.
But what they're saying is that it's not that big of a business. So if we sell it off, which by the way, they're going to, like I said, break this off into a side hustle. They're going to get rid of their publishing business.
Hustling.
Every day I'm hustling.
Well, speaking
Every
of
day I'm
side
hustling.
hustle, in a related story, I'm going to be quick about this so we can move into the next segment. With Yahoo's new CEO and the little gentleman's wager that we made yesterday.
Yes.
You might as well get used to forming your mouth around the phrase
Pause.
introducing
I ain't forming my mouth around nothing.
the world's funkiest man.
Pause.
You're going to
just
introduce me as the world's funkiest man for at least a month. As it looks like with the new CEO, I didn't think that they were going to, but now after he's been in there for a day or two, it looks like he's going to do exactly what I thought that they were going to do when I
It's a rumor.
made this wager. As it turns out, Yahoo has in addition to a pretty good advertising
It's a rumor.
revenue, they also have this search engine that they bought out called Alibaba, which is
word?
Yahoo owns Alibaba, which is a huge it's a huge search engine that makes a pile of money in Asia, but not much around here. So they're thinking maybe they're going to sell Alibaba off, and that's going to give them a pile of money, just about enough money to buy that little company that you wagered wouldn't get bought called Netflix.
I'm not gonna let it happen.
You can't stop it because
If
I
I
have you
can help
on
it.
tape promising to introduce me properly as the world's funkiest man. Worldsfunkiestman.com, by the way.
There,
Will get
let
you
me just
to my-
say
get you
this.
to my
So
blog.
there was a rumor, and
Stay
I read
funky,
the
my friends.
article.
Stay funky, my friends.
I read an article. Okay, I read an article,
Right.
and the article said that Yahoo could maybe want to buy Netflix.
Netflix is a company that has all
Okay.
the looks of a company ready to get bought.
It, as I said before,
I don't understand.
is not going to happen.
I don't understand why your problem. Why
It's-
you have such a big problem
I
with
don't
Netflix
want
getting bought?
Yahoo buying Netflix.
You know,
I
they're
want
the fourth,
Netflix.
they're the fourth largest
to control
website in the
itself.
world and the third largest in the United States.
Who cares? I don't want
They
Yahoo
care
buying Netflix.
because they haven't made any growth in several years. And after all, our jokes, we used to say Yahoo. Guess what?
Yeah.
We're gonna say Yahoo, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna say world's funkiest man.
The world's
Thank you for
funkiest
introducing me properly.
Man.
Stay funky, my friends.
All right. Well,
So funky,
I'm
throws
not
cats
gonna
and they
do it.
land on their back.
I'm not going to do it because
You already promised.
But they're not going to
You
sell.
gave me your
so
word, and
I'm
I
not
got it
gonna
on
do
tape.
What I'm saying is,
And I'm keeping my $20.
Well, here's what's going to happen. I ain't going to do it, and you going to give me your $20,
That's not gonna happen.
and you going to call me.
No. Wait. I'm gonna call you some things if I give you my $20. I'm gonna call you some things you ought not to say on the internet radio. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna call you.
I'm going to tell you what you going to call me.
Everything but a gentleman.
All right. All right. Well, at 25 minutes in, I think it's time we change gears, and let's talk to our guest today.
Drop one of those tracks.
Which one should I play? Can I play
Number 4. I like that one.
this one right here? The first one?
Yeah.
Is that the one that's the baby making track?
Yeah.
I mean, for those of
There are
for
some
those of
baby
you-
making tracks.
For those of you who are interested in such things,
Can I get some headphones on this so he can smile so he can hear what we're playing?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
hold
man.
up.
Here, I might have some. I've been meaning to bring some spare
Derek found
earbuds or
it.
something like that in here.
He found it.
All right. So here we go. We're gonna play
You ain't got
number
no,
4.
You ain't got no spare earbuds in. Hey,
Do you have some spare earbuds? Oh, cool. All right. So let me get the other headset in here.
I got the earbuds here. You get my fine headset.
Good stuff. The fine headset.
I mean, that's better than the regular headset.
All right. Well, let me play the song first, and then I'll introduce him, and then we'll start talking to him because I'm excited.
Drop that, John. It's nice.
All right.
real
here we-
nice.
I like your headphones.
Man, don't get so excited.
I was just
Did you
saying.
like my headphones? Mine are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, see, because you like his because his is Sony.
Huh?
Okay.
See,
Anyway,
I don't mind paying.
let's.
You pay for the features you want.
All right, here we go. Let's take a listen to Marcus Anderson.
Boom.
That's baby making music right there, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, so I've heard,
That's all you need right there. That's it.
So I'm saying, baby,
dude. Too
why
bad.
don't you come on up in here?
Too bad. Too bad. See, I would have, if I had the money, I would have called the late great Barry White in on this guy.
Uh-oh. Watch out now. I just want to sing something.
Don't do it.
That's when you kick your leg up. Kick your leg up and
Yeah.
tell her to duck down.
Oh, okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am very proud to introduce to you, first of all, a frat brother of mine.
Oh, that's the connection.
Yes.
I would have never guessed.
It's not the
I
only
would have
connection.
never guessed.
It is not the only connection. A frat brother of mine, a good brother, good friend, also a graduate of North Carolina Central University. He is then an Eagle.
That's what I'm talking
Eagle
about.
Pride, Eagle Pride.
Eagle Pride.
Amplified.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome
Side to side.
the one and only Mr. Marcus Baby Making
Battered and frat. Pause.
Anderson.
Hey, you loaded up the sound effects. Way to work, man. Way to work.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Y'all all right?
Yes.
Y'all have some fun in here, man.
I tell you, every day, Monday through Friday, this is how we do.
Huh?
And this is work, huh?
This is what they call work, right?
No,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
no, it's not work. This is lunch. I don't remember the last
Oh yeah,
time
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I don't remember
lunch
the last
hour
time I saw McDonald's.
in the Onyx Tower. Anyway, it's a pleasure to have you here with us. We've been talking about you for quite some time, and I wanted other people, our listeners, to know more about you and to get in touch with who you are. And so I want to, first of all, for those of you that don't know who you are, if you just spend a few moments sharing a little bit of who you are, where you're from.
Go to marcusanderson.net if you dug those music cuts. He's got some really fine samples.
Definitely.
just like that one.
Definitely.
marcusanderson.net.
.net.
ANDERSON MARCUS. Okay.
There we go. So tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, what you do.
All right, I'll try to sum it up really quick. Originally from Spartanburg, South Carolina, living in North Carolina right now. I'm the youngest of 7. I grew up in a very musical household. Everybody plays music. You know, since I was the youngest, I kind of got what everybody else had, and it kind of trickled down to me.
Cool.
And grew up singing and dancing, and then my dad put the saxophone in my hand, and I had family members that loved jazz. They would always bring me jazz CDs during Christmas holidays, and I'd play them and I'd listen to them. And even if I couldn't play, I just put it in. I try to play with it, you know. And I had my first big break, my first big show when I was in 6th grade, and my music instructor, I said, hey, listen to this. I put it in the CD, and then it was a smooth jazz record, and I played with it, and he was like blown away. So he put me on stage, you know, let me perform for the yearly recital or the yearly concert that the band usually gets. And this was only me playing the saxophone for maybe 4 or 5 months, and you know, it was great.
Wow.
So that was like my first big break, and after that, I just knew that's what I wanted to do.
Dude, you get your first taste, nothing else.
Yeah, man.
There is no substitute. I feel you.
I just love performing and being on stage, and you know,
I
just
feel your joy, my friend.
in front
I
of
really
people.
do.
Love making people happy, you know. So then after that, you know, I continued through high school, playing in the jazz ensemble there, and playing in the all-state jazz ensemble, then getting a scholarship here to North Carolina Central. Getting in the jazz band there, performing in IAJ, the National Jazz Association, and being in that, performing in an all-star big band there, along with several other members here.
Cool.
Yeah, IAJ was there for 3 consecutive years playing first tenor.
I'm just now rediscovering big band music.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I'm just now moving back to that place.
It's really great.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it myself.
So then after that, you know, I met a couple of other friends in the industry, and started doing smooth jazz stuff and touring, and then meeting other people, and that piggyback and meeting, you know, Jennifer Holliday, meeting Lettucey, you know, playing touring with Anthony Hamilton, meeting Jennifer Hudson, everybody, just, you know, smooth jazz guys, Boney James, you know, opening up for Wynton Marsalis, meeting Branford Marsalis here.
Yeah.
You know, and
Great.
just doing so much stuff, and now, you know.
Artist in residence here for a while. Is that still the case, or is he is he moved on?
No, he's still here. Him and Joey Calzarado.
Right.
They're
That's
still
right.
here.
That's right. I remember. I saw some classes that they're still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's still here, and then, you know, just outside of that, just, you know, playing and touring with those different guys, and just, you know, making, you know, now since 2005 I released 4 CDs. My first record,
Prolific, dude.
My Turn, From the Heart. My new release that came out in June, which is now, and then I had a Christmas record with TLC.
What?
Tender Loving Christmas.
What? Little TLC?
Little TLC. Tender Loving Christmas. And, you know, now I'm currently playing with this group called the Sax Pack, and we're completing the CD right now.
I like that.
Yeah, it has Jeff Kasha with Steve Cole and formerly Kim Waters, but I'm not replacing Kim. I'm just, you know, the new add-on, and he's doing his solo thing. So some of you may have heard of those names, but, you know, that's just a little bit, you know, about those guys. And now, you know, just touring, making more music, writing for other artists, being a producer, and trying to be an entrepreneur in other, you know, aspects other than music, so I can live happy in about 10 more years.
I understand.
And I'm going to want to talk about some of that. So don't let me forget.
That's kind of
I
where
definitely want to talk about some of that, the entrepreneurship thing, the business side. I want to get into that. I also want to get into
that's kind of where
some of your future endeavors.
Where our demographics kind of, that's our psychographics. That's really, that cuts to the heart of
This
what
is
people listen to from here.
We talked about this yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to go back a little bit. So you started playing. You said 4 months. You were playing like the jazz greats in 4 months. You picked up the saxophone, and so you must have been born with just music in your veins, man.
I was gonna say, it's either in the water or it's in your genes.
It's definitely in the family pool gene. It's definitely like our pedigree of my family. Like everybody's just musically inclined. Aside from it being, a God-given gift, and my dad, I think out of everybody, everybody plays an instrument, sings or whatnot. But he saw me. He said, "All right, you're gonna play the keyboard. You're gonna play this. You're gonna play that." And he said, "You're gonna play the saxophone. I see. You're gonna be great. Just watch." And he put it in my hands, and the rest was history. Like,
wow,
that's very, very cool.
It was never,
I come from a long line of church players and singers myself, but my parents, my mom bought me piano lessons because that's something that she always wanted as a kid. So she made all of us take piano lessons whether we wanted to or not. I was the only one that stuck with it.
Oh man, shoot! It was never that.
It's for me as one of those things that I just can't thank her the most about it. And my 3 baby sisters, they always like whine and holler because I showed them.
Let me talk about his baby sisters for a second.
Man, will you stop it with my baby sisters? Marcus, jazz is really kind of a broad term if you think about it.
It really is.
So I thought when you were like talking about yourself, introducing yourself, I thought to ask you to name specifically some of your influence. I have some guesses, but I just wanted to hear it coming from you.
Well, early on in my early, I guess, influences and what I knew of jazz, I only knew what I guess a subgenre of jazz, which was pretty much the evolution. But you have people like Coltrane, Lester Young, Cannonball Adderley, Coleman Hawkins. Just to name a few.
I didn't know if your influence catalog went that deep. That's kind of why I was asking. Who else?
Well, it does now.
Give me some more.
Early on, it was Donald Hayes. There was Kirk Whalum, Najee, Gerald Albright, the Eddie Bacchus Jr. from Pieces of a Dream.
Right.
And that's just kind of like early on.
You,
Everett Harp.
You have some tonal similarities to David Sanborn too.
Yeah, well, a lot of those guys have like that edge and that bite, especially Everett Harp. He was one of my major influences.
That's even now that you mentioned, I can hear that even more so.
And then when I got to Central and really got educated in jazz, I understood that, okay, there's more to the world than what I like to listen to. It's more of a respect thing for your craft and what you do, so you kind of have to go back and learn the foundation,
right there.
of why you do.
That is the value of a liberal arts education. Come on, get you some kiddies.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm really thankful, that Dr. Wiggins here, he really drilled that in me. Said, all right, if you listen to these guys, listen to their style. It's very up to date. It's very modern. It's very R&B. But listen to who they listen to. And I started noticing the similarities. And it gave me a much more respect for the people like Coltrane. If you listen to Kirk Whalum, he sounds exactly like Coltrane in a sense. If you listen to Gerald Albright, he sounds a lot like Cannonball Adderley, identical, just more modern and up to date. And everything is kind of the same way with a lot of these people.
Some would tell you that the only difference is the quality of the recording gear.
Yeah. It really is, and the music change, the music evolves, and jazz is really controversial because people say, oh, the jazz today is not really jazz because usually you have the traditional stuff with it, acoustic instruments, acoustic bass, acoustic piano, and just, no amplification of mic or anything, just a person with their horn and a piano and a drum set, and that's it. And
that's where it originally came from. And so when it changed, a lot of people are inherently opposed to change. So it took generations, decades for it to go from where it started to where it is.
It did.
The same could be said for all different kinds of music, I guess.
It is like a lot of the music. It changes. Like there's an evolution of music and an evolution of entertainment because I come from a background where I studied a lot of entertainers as well as musicians like Jackie Wilson, James Brown,
that's what I'm talking about.
Michael Jackson.
That's what I'm talking about.
So going into that, I do a lot of performing and entertaining in my show as well as musicianship.
There's a difference between a gig and a show.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get a show.
I feel you.
But a lot of that is an issue with some people in the industry. They're thinking, me dancing on stage or me having maybe background dancers or me
sax player, dancing on stage.
Yeah,
to be sure.
Well, I believe in entertainment as well as musicianship because if you come to the show, you're not going to get one thing. I believe now to grab the listeners and grab the younger crowd, you have to engage the audience because everything now is so quick, fast. You got to grab people's attention.
I believe that the MTV when it first came out, the jump cuts and the pace of that. I think a lot of studies have indicated that it actually changed some functions of the brain.
It did. It really did. A lot of everything. Technology changes people's, psyche. It changes how people speak, how people act. Just from texting, people don't talk anymore. People text. Same thing for
point.
it's easy as getting a download to your phone.
Very,
It's
very
a click of a
insightful.
button versus going to the store buying a CD. That's why digital downloads outsell physical sales now. Everybody downloads everything.
They've been outpaced for 3-4 years now.
Yeah. So I mean, the same thing just with technology and music. Everything changes,
Right.
and I just I look at it that way. And a lot of people don't agree with it, but I just have a different sighting. And a lot of people look at what I do and they say, "Oh, it's gimmicky," but a lot of people don't know. I was a choreographer in high school, choreographer here at school. I did a lot of dancing, a lot of everything. So like the ability is in me to do it, not just for gimmicks, but I just love to do it as a part of my show. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know for me, I love doing it.
So the difference between a hook and a gimmick is the sincerity of it.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I get that.
Now, one of the things I want to make sure people understand is that you just went through an entire catalog of artists that range, generations.
Mm-hmm.
But now, how old are you?
27.
Yeah. Okay. I just want you guys to hear that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
See?
because you would have thought,
I am-
the dude's in his 40s, 50s.
That's
right?
what I'm talking about. I'm closer to twice your age than
Yeah.
I'll ever admit. But
27, y'all.
that's pretty deep, yo.
27.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I feel old though. I started.
Don't do that, man. You make people who really are old very, very angry. I got a rolled up newspaper. I think Mike hit it.
I've been playing. Well, I've been doing, I guess, music all my life. I've been playing the saxophone for over 15 years. So I feel like not like I'm a veteran, but I've been in it for a while. I've been doing my solo career, really since 2005. So it just feels like I've been here for a long time, and I'm like, man. Sometimes I look, I'm behind. I'm not here. I'm not where I should be. But I got to remember that. I've released 4 CDs. I've played and toured around the country and going, to the world. So I got to remember that. All right, slow down. That's that microwave generation thinking we got to do everything and have everything now. That I'm 27. I'm not even 30 yet, and I've already done more than most people have in their 40s.
Don't start with me.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Now, let me just say this, because we passed this by, and I want to make sure people really. I've been to a couple of your shows now. I know
I have not, but
I've been to. There was the one in the park up there in Wake Forest.
Uh-huh.
There was the one you did here in
Yeah.
Durham,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I got to say this: you are a phenomenal performer. I mean, you can play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can hear that.
Yeah.
You can play.
Thank you.
But I got to touch on the performance part.
Mhm.
Now, there was one thing you did. It was so funny. Beside the fact that you got these dancers, and I heard what? Yeah, he got dancers. Yeah, he has dancers.
Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
No, I love the idea. I just never thought of it.
The way I would describe it, he doesn't.
I never thought of the idea of bringing dancers to like a smooth jazz kind of a.
He has a lot of different flavors, though. I mean, he can mix it up from a very I'm making babies let's have a party.
I mean, I'm extrapolating from the samples that I got on the
Yeah.
website, and I went through all of them.
Yeah.
I went till I remember. I listened until I recognized some of them repeating. So
Right.
it's not like I'm not. Like I said, I guess I'm just projecting based on what I heard.
Yeah.
But and it
There's
just
a
never
performance.
occurred to me to
Yeah,
dancers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
So-
reminds me, I didn't hear any vocals, but I either heard through Mike or Damon that you're looking at doing some vocal tracks.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah, I've done a couple of vocals, more so background stuff on the newer CD. I'm going to be, singing a lot more.
I get that.
Because I have a brother, twin brother, and he sings a lot too. So I try to feature him on my stuff as well as trying to work on his solo stuff. So
the tradition is really rife with reluctant vocalists that were great players. Nat King Cole's one of my favorite examples.
Mhm.
No one even thinks of him as a player. He's a great player, great
Mhm.
writer, and everybody thinks of him as a vocalist. So I was just wondering if you were ever looking to make that transition. I really look forward to seeing how that turns out. Let me ask you another quick gearhead question.
Mhm.
So you produced your records, and you do so where?
at home.
I actually knew the answer to that question. I just wanted to make sure because it sounds really, really good.
Thank you.
It's the last time I had anything to do with a recording that sounded that good, it came from nowhere near the crib, and I'm really good at that home production. So tell me more about your recording gear. Tell me some technique that you would not readily disclose
Well,
about how you do what you do, how you record, how you make it sound like it sounds.
Well, I just want to say I am a horn player first, and I play piano, but not every key I play in that well. So there's a button on the keyboard you can hit called transpose.
Transpose button.
And the thing is, if you're really good in one key or two keys, you can pretty much produce and play any song you want as long as you hit transpose. I'm in E, I want to play it in F. I'll transpose it up, and I could play it, in the key I'm comfortable in, but still, stay true to the original key. So that's technology. It's a cheat mode. A lot of people call it cheating.
It is not cheating if it ends up sounding good. That's not a cheat. That's a technique.
I'm good at C.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
All the white keys, basically.
if you can write some songs in C,
exactly.
Yeah, but that's that. I mean, I work in co-write and co-produce a lot more stuff now with other producers, just to give my music a different flair, because
that makes sense.
I know I can do it all myself. I can, but I think most people do well when they go and not really seek aid, but just collaborate with other people.
I get that.
Because the way I may play a song or the way someone else may play a pass will be different. And the way like someone else plays, I may hear like, oh, I like that. Go back. No, don't do it this way. Do it that way. I hear where you could have, gone. They may go somewhere else. So it's kind of like you're redirecting them. And like in the same thing with me, I may go somewhere. Oh, I like that, but Marcus do it like this. So we're just kind of like co-mingling and cross pollination. Like,
do you do a lot of that online, or do you, or is that mostly done live? I mean, nose to nose, because I struggled so with the idea of collaboration, because when I was growing up, the idea that I could have this studio that I had to go and spend a pile of money, and it was $1 million worth of equipment. Now you can go spend a couple of $100 and get mostly freeware, and you have everything that you need to make records that sound way better than the Beatles.
That's true. You can take about say I mean, you got a budget, like I want to get some equipment. You can take roughly about $2,000 and get everything you need and have everything at home. Because once you buy, just like you buy a MacBook, a regular MacBook.
A what?
A MacBook.
See, a MacBook.
Look, don't get him started. He don't know.
Tim,
he don't know.
Aaron, what?
He don't know.
But you can get just a regular MacBook that comes with software on there. You can pay maybe $1,200. You have that. Buy some inexpensive monitors if you don't want to use your computer monitors. That's maybe a couple of $100. And then buy, a little decent mic, and everything is there.
All you got to do is hear it in your head.
Yeah, hear it in your head.
Well, the truth is, you can probably spend $200 or $400 on a early generation Pentium. If you can get online, you can get all the software that you need. You'll end up spending a whole lot more time getting it to the place where you want it, because it is not a Mac, but time or money, either way you pay.
Yeah, that's true. But a MacBook, I think, is just it's everything.
I agree.
I'm Mac all the way.
I feel you.
Apple.
I feel you. I was a PC guy for the longest time. Dude, those are expensive, cost prohibitive computers. Man, you need to get you one of the people computers. until I got one. And
once you get one, you can't go back.
Come on, y'all.
I can go back. I can smoothly navigate from one to the other. There are some downsides.
It doesn't feel the same as like analog and HD.
I feel the downside.
The downside is the rest of the world uses PCs.
There you go.
If you
PCs.
make money with by pulling up to a keyboard, dude, you need to be just do it.
Yeah, but the more modern and up to date world.
I feel you. There is this thing called effectiveness, and dude, left in my own devices, I can do some things quickly.
Yeah, but aside from the musical side, there's a business side too, that artists and musicians and people it's more so than just being a musician anymore. You have to actually be able to navigate on the web, from Facebook to Twitter, MySpace, all those little social networks. If you're
all those things that record companies used to do for you back in the day when they were such a thing as rock stars. Man, musicians have to learn how to do that for themselves, and sometimes it's not the best players. The best players aren't the ones that get to do this for a living anymore. And maybe it was never that way. It's the ones that got the best hustle.
Yeah, well, the whole industry has changed. There's been a downward spiral of a lot of the record companies, and the smaller ones.
The what?
Record companies. They exist, but not so many. Like you used to have a record company as, hey, I got a record company, I get this deal, whatever, and you have this partnership.
I am a record company, and so are you.
Yeah, and that's true, and that's what I'm trying to get at, is basically an independent artist. Anyone like myself, I've been doing all 4 of my CDs on my own, never been on a record label, and it's worked. I didn't know that I was a record label early on.
See, the deal that you can pull up at that keyboard and push away from it with worldwide distribution of whatever comes into your brain was something absolutely unfathomable when I was your age, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, but there's a thing that you I guess musicians that okay, if you want to make money, if you want to get your music out there, there are ways online where you can get your music there just from paying a $30 fee, and then it puts it out to the whole entire world. That's just paying $30 to put your stuff on iTunes and to get it to Napster and giving it to Rhapsody and all these digital download sites, and having your physical CDs able for people to buy and being shipped to them, because everybody does everything from their phone, from their computer. People hardly go out anymore. People are lazy, you know.
And there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Although, if you want to save yourself $30, you can spend 30 months doing that.
Yeah. And I don't mean to say like people are lazy, like, you know, they don't do anything, but just when it comes to actually getting up and doing everything, the world has made, you know, people, you know, wanting to move less, you know, so they, you know, rather do it from, if you can do it from your phone, if you can do it from your laptop and get it there in the same amount of time, or spend less hassle and get a lot of things accomplished from that, why not do it? You can make more in downloads than you can, you know, maybe selling your stuff at a show sometimes.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, I mean, you can, you know, sell, you know, say I got 4 albums out, I'm selling, you know, not to go in, but my download sales are outselling my physical sales right now.
Wow.
You know, just digital, because
that's how you know you're on the way. Because I look forward to a day where I could say the same thing.
yeah. Well, a lot of those things come from really being up to date on knowing how to market and promote yourself. What's the reason, or what's the point of having an album out if no one knows about it?
Right.
If no one can't, you know where to find it. Or you create a great and awesome CD. You spent $25,000 on it, which I think is ridiculous.
Not to mention the best years of your life and the bulk of your intellectual sweat.
Yeah, so you spend that much money on it, and you basically, you know, all right, what are you going to do next? You know, you got to find a way to cut your cost in half, or get it down to a point where you, all right, I'm spending maybe 10,000, maybe 15 max on a record. You got to include marketing inside that. You got to include promotion. What is your target audience? You know, go to magazines. All right, I'm going to buy an ad for this magazine. I'm going to buy this email blast for this audience. I'm going to buy this for this area because this area has a high saturation for loving jazz. And
So
you do it that way.
Allow me to paraphrase in language that perhaps musicians from earlier generations, some of whom I know are listening, will understand.
Yeah.
So I've got some really good songs, and I've got them sounding pretty good on a recording. The next question is not, okay, where's my money from the record companies?
If you are with their record company, you will never see that money. I hate to say it that way, and it sounds so harsh, but more than likely you will never see that money, because they have cost that they take on, and
The standard contract is a loser for the musician. Unless you're the Michael Jacksons, the handful of Michael Jacksons in the world.
And that's the thing. You may get what, I don't know, for every record, so you get what, a couple of cents, you know, for that. And it works on a larger scale when you're selling millions of records. You don't used to sell that anymore. So they have to recoup that cost, which nowadays it takes forever. So you creating all this music, the record company has put all this money into production, getting it sounding the way they like or whatever. They have to, you know, recoup all that money back. So you getting that back from the record company will take forever, and then they still have their fee.
So let's review.
Or their percentage. That they're
older
taking.
musicians, you've got good songs, and they sound really good. The idea that you go looking for a record company with your hand out for a check is stupid. That's a yes, no question.
I can't say yes.
Help a brother out.
Well,
I have an agenda here.
In my opinion, today's age, if you were to go and sign with a record company and you're not on a major scale like a let's say up to date Justin Bieber or a Jennifer Hudson.
I mean, my
or
question
a
is
John Legend.
why even put that thought in your mind to go looking for a record company before you're already.
Because that's what everyone knows. It's like there's a newer age, but it's like no one has really been introduced, and no one really wants to take the time sometimes to research, you know, what's happening now. So most people do what they're familiar with. Oh, I need to get with a record company because they think you get with a record company, you get all this money, which used to be true.
That is how music. That is how music was made when I was coming along, and so you're just saying sometimes people just don't go any farther than that.
Yeah, because you used to get an advancement when you signed with a record company. If I was an artist back in the day, I signed with a record company. Let's just say maybe 6 or 7 years ago. This is how quick this has happened. 6 or 7 years ago, I can get an advancement of maybe $70,000.
So
as an artist.
Seldom, if ever, really happens in real life anymore. I stand a better chance to like win the lottery. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, probably. Not too many would.
A better chance of winning the lottery and then getting struck by lightning on the way way to the bank to cash the lottery ticket.
Yeah, I mean, true. I mean, just as jazz, that's how much jazz has changed. You know, and that's just on a smaller level.
Well, and it's not just jazz. Truthfully, it's original music in general.
Yeah,
original music forms.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole industry has just changed. Where if you want to be successful at this, I always say there's a 2-year period where it's going to take you really just putting in a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice. But those 2 years of you spending your own money putting into this, your turnaround is 100%. It comes back. You're better off, to me, in my opinion, of being a music major or a music industry major. Let that be your minor. Let business be, or accounting, let that be your actual major. And going to school for that, or going to the bank and taking out a loan and creating your own stuff and paying that back versus going to school. And I know a lot of people would speak against that, but it's kind of changed when it comes to, you know, going to school. If you want to be a performer entertainer, there's no reason for you to go to get an education degree as a backup. It can work, but I've seen a lot of people, and this is from my experiences I'm speaking from, I've seen a lot of people get an education degree and never use it. You know, they're not even teaching. Not really now, because I mean, the economy has changed, but prior to that, you have people that get a performance and an education degree, and they're working at a bank, they're working at an insurance company, they're working at McDonald's. You know, like it's like you went to school for 4 or 5 years, you're $80,000 in debt. You know, why not take a gamble and a risk on yourself when it comes to your career and what you want to do? If you want to be an artist, if you want to, you know, travel and see the world, like invest in yourself. You know, in my opinion, that's how I look at it. But, you know, I could be wrong. A lot of people would disagree with me. I think school is great to have an education in what you do.
I would have disagreed with you maybe as little as 3 weeks, 3 months ago. I think I'm coming to a transition. Maybe I'm changing my mind about that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's all from my experiences, what I, you know, like me going through school. And everything I've learned, I love it. I think it was great. I think it was very beneficial. But I mean,
think
I could have been
worked
smarter.
for me. But I think maybe those coming up behind me, I think that the world, and more specifically the economy, the job market has changed so radically that the rules of engagement have changed.
It is, you know, where, you know, you can, you know, be a student and create an app and make, you know, a good living at that. Not really be rich and become a millionaire and all this other stuff, but just, you know, to be able to, you know, be an entrepreneur. This is the day, this is the years of, or the decade or the millennium of the entrepreneurs. Being your own boss, you know, being able to make things work for yourself, you know, and just, I mean, that's how the world is created now. You know, I'm going too deep because because if I go into this, it's gonna, you know.
I tell you what, I'm looking at the time right now, and we got a few minutes left.
Okay.
And I'll say this: what we're gonna do, if you have if you can spare just a few more minutes after the show, I want to do an extended episode where, is that okay, Derek?
Maybe. Yeah, I think I can work that. You might have to after we drop the after we drop the live thing. I think I can restart the because I've got it. I've got it on a timer because sometimes I forget and I just eat up my hard drive and I will drop the whole recording. So I'll just have to restart it. No big deal.
All right. Well, let me play this. Let me say this, y'all. There's so much good information here. I'm gonna have a few more minutes.
Dude, come on back
after the show.
We can talk about. I look forward to talking about specifically how you're leveraging this digital world to enhance and to edify your artistic endeavors. So all right, maybe we'll get into some more specifics now that we and our audience is coming to know you.
Real quick, tell me where people can find you.
They can find me on MarcusAnderson.net, Facebook, Twitter. On Twitter, Manderson Sax. That's M Anderson Sax. So you can find me on Twitter there, and MySpace, Marcus Anderson 1123. Facebook, my fan page, if you find me or my fan page there, I'm about at 5,000 friends if you can, and add me on there, or join my email list on my website, MarcusAnderson.net. Find my music on iTunes, Amazon, or Barnes & Noble's website, and that's I think that'll do it.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you very much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
Dude,
and
really been a pleasure.
Come back again real soon.
Much.
Thank you. I will be back.
10 seconds.
See you tomorrow. Deuces.